Just dropped the car off to Ellensbrook. We're heading now to Moses Rock car park, pick up Token and drop Katie's car off, and then we're walking back to Ellensbrook. So that's it, yeah, halfway point today, yay! Gonna talk here. We're just about to go and pick up our Token because the wind will kill it. So if we get there, let's go around the back of the bus. Token. There you go, oh my goodness, it's so cold. And it's raining. We just got a bit out of the wind here. It's so windy.
Yeah, this hat won't, this wind thing, helmet, what do you call it? Hoodie won't stay on. But the wind just keeps blowing it off.
Yeah. I'm just going to walk around the side here. Back into the wind. Idea of what it's like. Now, oh look at this. This is just massive. Good fun though. Oh, tell you what, Ellensbrook can't come quick enough today. Seems to have gone for a little while, so I think we're going to get some nicer weather as we head down. Past some guys carrying big packs just back there again. I was like, oh. But anyway, it's all good.
We've warmed up, which is nice.
Yeah.
Still windy.
Still windy and cold.
Yeah, it's nice coolness.
Yeah.
That's where we're warm from hiking.
Yeah.
We're about an hour and 20 into the hike.
Yeah, so it's going well. Katie's taking her shoes off. She's scared of getting her socks wet. I have faith in my waterproof boots. They work pretty well. I jumped that bit. Yeah. We just stopped just up the top of what beach? Wide Up? No. Some beach. Remember what's
Wide
called?
Up.
Wide Up Beach, yeah, across the river. Climbed the sand hill. We just stopped up the track a bit out of the wind and just had a muesli bar.
Or is it Willie Adrup?
Willie Adrup Beach. So many ups and beaches, it's ridiculous, I tell you now. Just met a couple who are walking the track the same sort of way we are, swapping cars, but they've got a driver doing their car for them, picking them up. So that's pretty cool. And we are, about to go again, I think. Next stop, Gracetown for lunch. This backpack that I got is one that my daughter got me a few years back. She bought it for me at Anaconda in Perth, I think, when I was there once. And it's a repper, it's my little workhorse. Take it everywhere. Haven't had need to use the rain cover before, so get the sewing machine out tonight. That'll fix that little problem. I was supposed to do it last night, but I thought I had it sticking under my coat. Problem is when you stick a few things in your backpack, the coat don't fit no more. So there it is on my back with its rain cover, bright orange. Katie's more stealth than me. That's pretty cool. Anything you want to add to Katie?
Because you're a turtle.
I'm a turtle. I'm a turtle. Okay, how about the stairs?
We're about to ascend some steep stairs. Up we go. Here we are. Not quite there yet though.
This little creek coming into Gracetown. Hopped across the rocks there. It's beautiful. Gracetown. Go.
We are just at Gracie's General Store in Gracetown. I'm just fixamoling my foot. It's been rubbing away in my boot a little bit. So this trip took us from Moses Rock to Gracetown. Oh, I just realised why it's longer, because it's from the car park, not from the campsite. So that would have added on a couple more Ks. That is why it took us more hours, or an hour more.
Well, after taking wrong directions, going the wrong way, I mean, no one goes directions, took it wrong, and after getting rained on, then not rained on, then rained on again, then not rained on again, we're finally getting out of Gracetown. Oh, it's 3:30, I think. So, 3?
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock, which puts us at the car 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Beautiful view. What do you reckon, Katie?
Yes. Looking forward to putting my shoes off for the evening, but we've got a bit of a walk ahead, so
Yeah.
looking forward to exploring the next part of the track too.
Yeah, so this one's about 8.5k, apparently. That was totally our fault with the measurements there, for mine. When we had a yacht, Katie used to do the navigation because I'd get us there, but she used to get us there quicker.
It's teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. So just go around here. Here's a bit of a memorial, and it's to do with the Gracetown tragedy. There was surfing comp. It was overlooking the surf break. Teachers sitting under a cliff, and the cliff collapsed. They reckon it was about 2,000 tonne of rock that fell on them. They tried to get them out. Only one survivor, Sarah Jean Otto. 2 hours later, 5 adults, 4 children killed. So this is a bit of a thing that they've got for them here.
Hearing it on the news, I was with my mum. We've been at the supermarket shopping, and we were in the car, and the radio was on, and I remember the day it happened.
Yeah, I was up in Giro, and yeah, same, just tragedy, absolute tragedy. So yeah, I'll be very careful today not to mention about the packs. So I didn't want to just talk about how light our pack is for the rest of the trip. so I'm pretty confident I haven't made any comments about the packs until now. And now I've made a comment about the pack. So that's it. Down into a valley over there. I'll scan there in a moment, but I'm pretty sure that that's Allens Brook, which, if that's the case, they've got their measurements mixed up even for that first bit, because we've only been going since 3 o'clock, and what's the time?
It's 4:10.
4:10, so we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes, and apparently we have probably done, I reckon, about 5-6k according to the Track to Cape app. So I don't think those measurements are right. Even though we tacked a little bit on because we didn't stop at the campsite, I still reckon they're a little bit out. So anybody coming through this way, just make sure you talk to the locals, because we did have a conversation with a guy on a bus, and he said how far we're going, and this was at Moses Rock North, and we said we're going through to Allens Brook, and he looked at us as though to say, that's a decent hike, mate. Like, yeah, so... And we sort of were laughing about it in Gracetown, because we thought, well, he obviously knew something we didn't. And so I definitely think it's more than 10k from Moses Rocks North to Gracetown. I'm not sure they get their measurements, but I'm sure everybody will have a different opinion on that. But anyway, that's okay. I'm just going on. We average 3 kilometres an hour when we walk. That includes breaks, that includes lunch break. We always average 3 kilometres an hour over the day for the total duration of the day. So if we walk for 10 hours, we'd expect to do 30 kilometres. If we walk for 5 hours, we expect to do 15 kilometres. And that's including breaks. So it's not like it's not a very fast pace at all. It's quite slow over the course of the day. That comes from yachting, actually, because we used to gauge our speed over a 24-hour period. And so hiking, I do the same thing. And yeah, well, I tell you what though, it's beautiful walk today. A lot of coastline through the last bit from Gracetown, and just looking forward to getting home and having a lash, 50 lashes. Ice beer, by the way. We've been seeing these shark warning stations all the way from Moses Rock, really? You reckon? Moses Rock? On the coast. And they get more prevalent when you get down here at Gracetown. And apparently it's part of a thing with the government to see if they can, or a shark warning system that they've got up. They're trialling it. So yeah. So anyway, just wanted to show you this in case there wasn't any more along the track. Katie's got a hold of Token, and she's going to place Token somewhere for us to collect tomorrow. There's Zippy waiting for us.
Still beautiful and sunny. I thought we were going to be getting in here on dusk, but it only took us an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these guys' measurements. I must admit though, Katie was walking pretty fast through there.
Yeah, I was charging.
She was charging. So yeah, the Token's going to go somewhere where we can find it tomorrow. There it is. And we're back. Yay! This is halfway.
Yeah!
Pump a fist, Katie, at least. This is halfway of our trip. We've only, like, in terms of days and stuff, this is halfway. Tomorrow we go from here to Prevelly. Wow, this is awesome.
That's awesome. In the car, heading back to Moses Rock. That last stretch, we had a little patch where it was super rainy and stormy, and it reminded me of, I think it was comedian Dave Hughes with this joke about shower heads and the water savers that feel like needles compared to the other shower heads. The drops are like little fat droplets that give you a cuddle. And the rain that we had was definitely needles stinging the side of the face.
We're driving.
We're still driving. Dave and I are in hysterics because we're still driving back from Ellensbrook up to Moses Road, and here it is. And it feels like we've been driving forever. We've been speaking to people, well, I've been speaking to people on the phone, and we're finally here.
Can't believe we walked it.
I can't believe we walked so far either. That felt like 20k, 30k.
30k. It felt like 30k.